Hello aspirants, hope you all are busy preparing for SBI PO exam. So as we know, to ace any exam we need a proper study plan and strategy. So let's have a look at the strategy in this video. So first, already we have discussed in our notification video the selection process. So for the prelims we have the 3 stages, that means 3 sections, that is the English language, quantitative aptitude and reasoning. So English we know 40 questions, 20 minutes and section timing is also there, and quantitative aptitude 30 questions, 20 minutes and reasoning ability also 30 questions, 20 minutes, and you have the marks. Each question carries 1 mark and it's a timing of 1 hour. So let's see in this video, let's see what are the topics you have to emphasize on, what is the strategy you have to follow, because we have nearly 2 months, just not 2 months, 1 month gap, because June is going to end, only 1 month is left. So let's see, and we have the mains also, reasoning and computer aptitude. So we have computer questions will not be asked, generally reasoning will be asked. 40 questions, 50 minutes, then data analysis and interpretation, QA that is. So 30 questions, 45 minutes, and general awareness and economy 60 questions, 45 minutes. English language 40 questions and 40 minutes. Marks also you can see, all these we have discussed. Then we have the descriptive paper. So coming to the final selection, you will be having psychometric test, descriptive, everything will be added, and overall we have discussed these all. So now the main thing what we are going to deal here is strategy, topics, emphasizing on important topics, marks, weightage, all these will be discussed. So all these are based on the previous exam paper, like data collected from the previous memory based papers. So let's look at the previous year, last 5 years SBI PO prelims cutoff trends. So from 2000, just the recent year 2025, you can see general category the cutoff is around 66.75 out of 100. So then coming to OBC it is 65.50, EWS 64.50, you can see 59.25 SC and 51.50 for ST. The same way 2024 you can see 61.75. So if you look at on an average, it is around 55 to 66. You can see the cutoffs in various years from 2021 to 2025. So for OBC also you can see the cutoff range. So at most we cannot expect the cutoff unless that means unless we have given the paper, because the cutoff is depending on 3 factors like number of vacancies and number of aspirants and the mode of paper. That means if your paper is easy, normalization. So all these factors affect the cutoff. So this is just previous year's cutoff. So next going to the mains cutoff also for 2025, the paper was out of 250. So now there is changes in that. So unreserved, here you have 75 cutoff out of 250. You can see the cutoff. So SC you can see 62.75 and ST 62.51, OBC 69.50, EWS you have 75 as cutoff, same as general category. So this is 2025 cutoff. 24 also it was out of 250. Now it has been decreased. Out of 200 they have changed. So you have 87.50 and 2023 you have 70. So you can see out of 250 the cutoff is around 75. They have normalized. So you don't have to worry about the cutoff, just give your 100%. So next going on to the quant syllabus, the main topics we have quantitative aptitude, reasoning and English. So this is the whole syllabus for all bank exam, not only for SBI, insurance, bank, all these you have the same common syllabus. So quant syllabus, that is coming to this is being classified into 3 sections, that is the speed max, arithmetic and data interpretation. So individually I have next slide you can see how much marks, weightage and all I have been discussing. So you can see in speed max 3, like you have the simplification, approximation, number series and quadratic equation. So which comes under speed max. You can see the word itself says speed max. You need to have a good speed. Then you have the arithmetic topics. All these are designed in a proper way. I'll explain you in detail. These are the arithmetic topics. And then you have the data interpretation. That means analyzing the pictorial representation and finding out the values. That means analyzing the data. So this is the way quant syllabus has been distributed. So next, moving on to the only speed max. So in speed max, what we have? Simplification, approximation, number series, quadratic equation. So if you look at the previous year memory based papers, you can see the weightage from these topic is some 3 to 5 marks. 3 to 5 marks is the weightage. That means you can expect maximum of 5 marks and minimum of 3 marks. In this way, the marks has been distributed. This is for SBI PO, exclusively for SBI PO level, not for the clerk. So how you have to prepare? So in order to ace this section, you have to have a basic knowledge of basics. That means first of all, you should know 1 to 30 numbers squares. That should be in your fingertips. Then 1 to 20 cubes of numbers. Then you need to know multiplication, addition, subtraction, division. All these you will have short tricks. Already we have discussed in our previous videos, many short trick videos and all. So all these you have to follow. Then you have to know prime numbers multiplication. Prime numbers multiplication. So as we know, 13, 19, 17, 23, all these are having tricks, 19 trick and all. So you have to know prime number multiplication. Then the next thing is percentage to fraction conversion. Percentage to fraction chart. So all these are mandatory because all these, if you know all these things, then approximation, simplification becomes easy. So these are the main points you have to cover in your basics. Percentage to fraction conversion, vice versa, fraction to percentage. Then you need to know the cubes, squares, multiplication table, prime numbers multiplication. All these things are the foundation, basic. Then short tricks, finding out the square of any number. All these things you have to revise. Then if you look at the weightage, mostly questions from simplifications were not asked for PO examination because PO, it's not a clerical, it's not speed. You need to have a logical thinking. So simplification will not be asked. Approximation, you can expect 2 to 3 questions. You cannot say sometimes it will vary because only 5 mark weightage from this. So number series also, it is been divided into 2 types, like wrong number and missing number. From this also you can expect some either 3 questions. If 2 questions are coming from approximation, 3 questions can come from number series, or sometimes this may vary. 5 questions from number series also can come because there are various shifts. So on an average, if you look at it, speed max carries 5 marks weightage. Sometimes in some slots number series may not be coming. In that case, quadratic equation can come. So anyhow you can say simplification will not be asked, approximation is important, and then you have the number series. So on an average you can say from speed max 5 marks maximum weightage. 5 marks of weightage. Then next coming to the arithmetic topics. So these are the arithmetic topics. So already we have got 5 marks from the speed max. Now it's the arithmetic topic. So how you have to prepare? Arithmetic topics, the main important topics which is going to rule arithmetics is percentage. You should have a strong commanding power over percentage. Then ratio. Then you have the average. If you know these 3 topics, then you can ace arithmetics. It's very easy. It's connected. You can see first HCF and LCM, then you have the percentage, ratio, in that hierarchical order only I have mentioned. Then you have the average, application of ratio, you can find it in ages, in the same way mixture and alligation, everything. All the topics, all the shortcuts are related to percentage, and percentage you can convert to ratio, everything, it's interrelated. So if you know these 2 topics, you can be good at all the arithmetic topics. So then you have the profit and loss, partnership, compound interest, time and work, pipe and cistern, time, speed and distance, problems on train, boat and stream, mensuration, probability, permutation. So these are the arithmetic topics. So from this you can expect 10 marks. 10 marks weightage. So from each topic one can be asked. 10, not exactly 10 to 13 we can say, because it can vary. Sometimes 12 can be asked, sometimes 13. On an average we can say 10 to 13 questions you can expect from this. That means if you are good at some topics, like if you are good at some percentage or ratio, average, you can select some topics and study prepare in that way. Wherever you are strong, you can make it more stronger. Select some 5 to 6 topics, then you will get 6 marks around there on an average. Or you can select some 10 if you are good at 10 topics, then it's very good. So you can expect already speed max 5 marks, from here 10, 15, remaining 15 marks is left with us because we have only 30 questions. Now let's see the data interpretation part. So we have the pie chart, bar graph, line graph, tabular DI, caselet DI, missing DI. So from here logical new pattern. So up till here it is the prelims level type of DI. Already I have said application oriented DI will not be asked for prelims, all those will be for the mains exam. So from here you can see logical DI to new pattern, chart based DI, then you have the radar graph, funnel, spider, histogram, mixed DI set. Then you have mixed DI can be asked for prelims also, like one bar graph and one tabular graph can be asked. So level will not be that difficult. Then you have the application oriented DA. So if you look at the weightage of data interpretation, this carries a maximum marks, 15 marks on an average, 15 marks. So half of the means 30 marks paper is for quantitative aptitude is for 30 marks. So half of the weightage goes for data interpretation. Why? Because all things can be tested there, because if you are good at ratio, if you are good at percentage, if you are good at average, then only you can solve all these questions. So maximum the examiner can test you in this section. So maximum weightage is 15 marks, and this will be divided into 3 DI. Like you have the 3 types of DI. You have line graph can be asked, 2 line graph or bar graph, all these, and third one is caselet type of DI, where figure will not be given, one comprehensive data will be given. From that you have to derive a table form and then you have to solve it. So here these 1, 2, 3 category, 3 DIs will be asked, each carries 5 sub questions. So 15 marks weightage. Here bar graph, line graph, table graph, all these will be asked. So this is the way they distribute marks. So if you look at it for prelims, you have if you summarize all these things, you have the speed max. So speed max which carries 5 marks on an average. These are expected. Sometimes it can be 5 or 3, and that way they will balance the remaining. Then you have the arithmetic 10 questions, 10 marks. Each question carries 1 mark and there is a negative of 1/4. Then you have the data interpretation which carries 15 marks. So on the whole 30 marks. So to be in the safe zone, how you have to attempt it? So from here, first of all, you have to attempt speed max questions. First of all, you have to choose speed max questions and then you have to attempt it. Then you have to choose data interpretation. If you are good at DA, you can solve 3 DA or at most 2 DA. From that you will get 10 marks. From here 15 marks, and try to balance some 5 mark, at least 5 topics. If whatever topic you are comfortable at, just don't go for, so only just 1 month is left. Just don't try to learn the topic which you are not comfortable. Whatever you are good at, try to make it more stronger. So in this way, if you balance it, you can get 5 plus 5, 10, 20 marks on an average. So easily you can clear. There is no sectional marks, but easily you can clear. If you look at the cutoff, that's why I have said it's around some 65. So from QA, if you score some 20 marks, minimum 20, then also you can easily qualify this session. Maximum you have to solve with accuracy, no negative marks should be there. So don't put flukes. Whatever you know, just try to attempt, because we have only 30 questions, 20 minutes. So this is the strategy regarding the quantitative aptitude for prelims exam. So let's have a look at the reasoning section. So this is the reasoning syllabus which is divided into miscellaneous topic. We have the puzzle and then we have the seating arrangement. So this way if you look at it, so total questions is 30 questions, 20 minutes. Questions are 30. So how they will divide, how they are being divided, let's see. So for reasoning you need not prepare like any foundation thing, just topic, individual topics you have. So these are the miscellaneous topics. So from this, if you look at the previous year paper, you have puzzle, you have 10 marks weightage, 10 marks question, 10 marks, and from here you can have 15 marks on seating arrangement. So if you look at it, and miscellaneous you will have already 25, 5 marks weightage. So if you look at it, first of all, question will be puzzle. Just don't attempt those puzzle. First of all, you have just look at the miscellaneous questions, because first question will be a puzzle. If you get trapped there, time will get wasted. So better don't go with the puzzle starting itself. Just try to find out the miscellaneous type of questions. So miscellaneous carries 5 marks. Since it's SBI PO, only 5 mark weightage. So you have the alpha numeric series. Mostly this topic may not be asked, and alpha, these all things will be for clerically generally, and coding, decoding we don't know. But you can expect syllogism. According to last year paper, 3 questions were asked. This or inequality, because there are various shifts. Some inequality can be asked, syllogism can be asked. Then you have coding, decoding, alphabet based coding, not this alphabet in the sense not like alphanumeric, just how many pair of letters can be formed using this word, pair questions can be asked. Then you have the, so already you have 3 questions, syllogism or inequality, then you can have blood relation or direction. So from this on an average you can expect 5 questions, maximum of 5, 3 questions syllogism, how many pair of letter, 1 question from direction. Or in this way they will balance. In next shift, inequality can be 3 questions. So on the whole you can expect maximum of 5 marks from this miscellaneous topic. So the maximum weightage is for the puzzle and seating arrangement. So if you look at the puzzle, you have the floor based puzzle, floor and flat, box, sequence based puzzle, month puzzle. Sequence in the sense order and ranking. You have the order puzzle, that is the sequence based puzzle. Then month and date, day based, age, year, designation, comparison also comes under order puzzle. Then you have the classification, selection based, mixed type of puzzle, conditional. So all these are for the mains and the remaining are for the prelims. So up till here you have for the prelims. So you can see 10 marks weightage, 2 questions from there. Then you can see 15 marks weightage from seating arrangement. In seating arrangement we have circular seating arrangement, linear seating arrangement, then you have the inward, outward, then you have north, south, all these have been, I have sorted it out. So you can see single row facing, then single row facing opposite, double row, parallel arrangement, linear, then north, south, circle based, then mixed, then square, circular, linear, square based, all these are seating arrangements. So from this you can expect 3 questions, each will be having 5 sub questions. So 15, then you have the 10 marks from the puzzle, that is 2 questions from puzzle, and remaining 5 marks are from the miscellaneous. So you have to balance. First of all, I suggest you don't attempt the puzzle, because it will take your time. It will take lot of time, because if you are stuck at some place, again you will think of that. So better attempt the miscellaneous, then go with the seating arrangement and puzzle. So now let's see the English, which carries 40 questions. So you have here English questions 40, time 20 minutes. So from this you can say 40 questions 20 minutes. So you can say on an average easy to moderate questions will be asked. Not so tough and also easy to moderate. So if you look at it, English has been divided into 3 sections, that is vocabulary. Then you have the grammar topics. These are the grammar, means basic grammar topics. And these are the application oriented, in how questions will be asked. Application oriented questions for bank exam. So this is the way. So if you look at it, the 40 questions, you can expect reading comprehension is a mandatory. You cannot avoid it. For all competitive exam, you will have a reading comprehension for prelims. So that will carry around 8 to 10 marks. On an average 8 to 10 marks weightage. Then you have the closed test, all this. So before going to that, these are the grammar topics. So in order to ace this application part, you should have a strong commanding power over grammar rules, grammar topics. So since only 1 month is left, it's very difficult to learn adjective, then coming to tense, then what is conquered, what is auxiliary verbs, what are advanced verb, adjective, pronoun, all this. So if you look at it, all these are parts of speech. So 8 parts of speech, interjection is not been asked, only 7 parts of speech. So 7 parts of speech has been divided into 7 topics. You can see noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, adjective, article, preposition, conjunction. So question tag, mostly questions will not be asked from question tag. Then parallelism, that is connection. Then fixed preposition, this comes under preposition topic. Then you have the verbs, this also comes under verb. Then narration, narration means direct and indirect speech. Even that also will not be asked directly for bank exam. Active and passive, all these will be asked in, they will test you in the form of a closed test or fillers, or in this way only they will be asking you. Then you have the tenses and main important topic, subject verb agreement. So since only 1 month is left, we cannot learn individually all grammar topics. It's better to follow 120 rules of grammar. Already it's been discussed in class, 120 rules of grammar. Here what is there is that all the rules related to all topics will be sorted out, and that you can call it a 120 rules of grammar, which is being discussed in our class. So next coming to the vocabulary. If you look at the vocabulary, you have the phrasal verbs. Phrasal verbs are not limited. There are many phrasal verbs. So what is a phrasal verb? If you add a preposition to a verb, then that becomes a phrasal verb. So generally for bank exam, phrasal verb will be asked in the form of error correction, or you have the closed test, or sometimes you can have in the form of a closed test error correction in that way, or some phrasal verb will be given, that word will be given, and 4 sentences will be given, and one will be none of this. So from that you have to choose in which sentence this phrasal verb is not applicable. In this way you have to find out the phrasal verb questions. Idioms and phrases also, sometimes an idiom can come in the form of, in reading comprehension they can ask you, because in case of a reading, I'll explain in reading comprehension. Then one word substitution and antonym and synonym. For this, how you can ace this vocabulary? Only through reading. Good reading skills. Daily you should have a habit of reading newspaper, because reading newspaper, mainly preferable is Live Mint, The Hindu, all these are preferable, because it's very difficult to read the newspaper in a day, but you can sort out some important points and just try to summarize. If you read the editorial content and all, just whatever you understand, try to express it in your way, so that your reading skills and your comprehensive skills, not only that comprehensive skills, your interpreting and understanding skills also will improve. Along with that, your general awareness also will get improved. So newspaper reading or reading skills can be improved through reading only, nothing can be done. So from that you can get vocabulary. Vocabulary, it's like an ocean. So it's very difficult to retain the word, meaning of words. So if you read at one point, you will get, okay, this is a meaning of so and so word, that will retain. So if you have that picture and all in mind, so in that way you have to have a good reading skill, then only you can ace vocabulary. So we cannot divide marks. All these vocabulary and grammar will be tested in the form of application part. So reading comprehension 8 to 10 marks, closed test will be around 5 marks, that can vary. Then para jumble and sentence correction, some sentences will be given, that also they will try, they'll ask you to arrange which is the first sentence, which is the second. So you have to arrange. So sentence rearrangement can be sometimes 3 marks. Rearrangement or para jumble, sometimes they will give in sentence, sometimes in means 4 to 5 sentences will be given in para, or sometimes a sentence. In that way, this or this will be asked, this or this. Then you have error detection, sometimes 3 or 5 marks. Then you have fillers, 3 questions can be asked. Word order, that means word swap, both mean the same. Word swap can be 3 questions. Then word usage. See, here they will test your vocabulary. If they will give you one word, plethora, just an example. So plethora word will be given and they'll give you 5 sentences in which context or this word is not applicable. So you can say plethora means plenty. In the same way, you can have word usage like premium. Premium. This was asked in SBI PO. So premium, one word. So sentences will be given. She pays a premium regularly and this is a premium product. So in this way, one word with different usages. So you have to sort out these type of words. One word with different usages. So those can be as some 3. These are expected. Around this can be as phrase rearrangement. One word in a sentence, one phrase will be bold and you have to rearrange that or change that word. That also can be as then starters and connectors. Starters and connectors, it's an application of conjunctions like however, and, but, in lieu of, therefore, then although, all these we have discussed these tricks and all. Then you have the match the column connectors, that also can be 3. Then you have the idiom based question, vocabs based, all these will be asked. So if you look at it, 10, then 20, then 20 plus if you balance it 25, then you have how many questions remaining? Again 15. So in this way they will balance all the topics. So 3 how many? 1 2 3 4 5 6. So 3 or again here 5, then 20 you have. So in this way somehow they will balance the marks. So if you erase it, so you have the starters, connectors, match the column, almost 5. So how many? 5, 20, then you have 10, 30, remaining 3, then 6, then 9, then somewhere around they will reduce some 3, 2 like that. So around mostly they will balance up to 40 questions you have for the mains prelims exam. So from this 3 questions can be asked. Somehow all these topics they will cover because number of questions is more, 40 questions are there. So somehow they will balance it, but these topics are the applicant mostly seen topics of application part in reading, means English is all these things. So this is the way English syllabus and strategy is being designed. Now moving on to the main section, we have all the previous thing like QA, reasoning, English was for the prelims. Now for the mains we have the general awareness. So general awareness section, so already we have discussed the weightage and all. So banking awareness, this is being divided into banking awareness, current affairs and static GK. So if you look at it, banking awareness, we have the banking basics, history of banking functions, then financial and monetary concept, then we have the important organizations related to banking. All these are related to banking awareness. So government schemes, all these you have to concentrate. Then coming to the current affairs, recent 6 months, mostly they say 6 months. So exam is going to be, mains is going to be in the month of September last or October, whenever schedule they have already mentioned. So depending on that you have to calculate the 6 months. So from this you have the national affairs, international banking and economy, state-wise, current affairs. Then coming to the static GK, we have Indian static GK, polity, economy, then authors, books, awards, then you have the sports, then nicknames of cities, then famous personalities, like all these. So this is the way general awareness. So if you are preparing for mains also, my suggestion is you have to start preparing for the GA from the starting itself, because once you have cleared prelims, you will not get so much of time, maximum of 2 to 3 weeks. From in that, it is very difficult to cover the 6 months portion. So daily make a habit of noting down your GA and improving it. Then next, you have the descriptive section for mains. So how that has been asked, let's see, descriptive paper. So you have descriptive communication skills. So total you have 3 questions will be asked, like emails. So 1 you have to attempt out of 2. So all these are, SBA mainly focuses on your English, how well you can handle English. So that's why email you have, then situation analysis will be asked, then reports, report writing or pressy writing. So in order to improve all this, you should have a good reading skills. So daily make a habit of reading, it's very important. So then you have 30 marks, 30 minutes. So for the mains, for prelims you don't have all this. So mains you have half an hour for descriptive, so 30 marks. Then your word limit is mentioned 130 to 150 words limit. There is a word limit of 130 to 150 words. So this is about the descriptive part. Now it's just an overview of what we have discussed. Already I have explained. In mains we have just extra. What are the topics in mains? What we have? QA. That is, QA has been changed to data analysis and data interpretation. So let me. So in QA we have the data analysis and data interpretation, QA. So this is for the QA. So in this mostly questions from DI, data interpretation, where you have application DI questions will be asked. So we cannot say exactly, but if you look at the previous papers, you can expect. Already we have mentioned this 30 questions, 45 minutes. So 30 questions means around 15 questions will be from DI. So remaining, because we have, see, if you look at the previous marks weightage, if you look at it, you can see the mains marks. Data analysis number of questions is 30, maximum marks is 60, because it differs, it is not 1 mark, and 45 minutes for 30 questions. So in this way, if you look at it, so questions will be a bit comprehensive DI will be asked, application DI or comprehensive type of DI, where I have mentioned all that funnel, then application like topic oriented DI. So all these 15 marks weightage. Remaining 15 mark arithmetic. Arithmetic you have for the 15 marks. So what are the topics in arithmetic? Like all the topics they will ask in data sufficiency, quantity questions, data sufficiency, quantity based. So all these are application part. Arithmetic can be tested in quantity based questions, like sometimes topics from compound interest, then train 2 questions, then they will try to ask which quantity is greater. So all these in this way. Then you have the reasoning portion. So if you look at the reasoning part, so this is the data QA. So if you look at the reasoning, see how much it's weightage. Reasoning and computer. So computer questions generally they will not ask you, only reasoning. So computer aptitude in the sense like input output questions will be asked. So that they have mentioned as computer aptitude. Reasoning number of questions is 40 and duration is 50 minutes. So 40 questions, 50 minutes, 50. So there also you can expect mostly puzzle, seating arrangement like and input output type of questions, all these will be asked. So let's see that also. So reasoning part, you have 40 questions, 50 minutes. So if you look at it, you have puzzle, seating arrangement, then you have input output. Input output will not be asked for prelims. Input output, then data sufficiency, all these questions will be asked. Then you have the critical reasoning. Critical reasoning, which is most important for prelims, mains. Critical reasoning questions, mostly questions like in case of critical reasoning we have statement, assumption, course of action, cause and effect. So you have to infer from that. That means some author will write some statement. So whatever things you can infer or what action you have to take, that is called the critical reasoning, which plays a major role for mains exam. Then you have the English portion. English, if you look at the English weightage, you can see. So if you look at it, English, so how much English? 40 questions, 40 minutes. That means one question 1 minute, so marks are 20. So English also you have reading comprehension, two reading comprehension means a bit lengthy one, and small short passages also can be a tone of the author. All these things will be asked. Then coming to general awareness, you have 60 questions, that is 45 minutes. Already we have discussed. So next coming to the descriptive, all these things. Then total duration we know 3 hours 30 minutes. So this is all about the strategy, that is prelims and mains, which all topics you have to focus and how you have to prepare your study plan and what importance should be given to all topics and all. So already our online and offline crash courses have been started. For more details you can contact the number below. Thank you.